If anyone doesn't find it odd that the guy who started NASA, the only thing on his tombstone is a passage in the Bible thanking God for making the firmament, which debatably, I will say debatably, is the dome that covers a flat Earth. If you don't find that at least interesting, you're lying. You're in a coma. You're a liar, because that's obviously interesting. If nothing else, you want to know, why would he do that? Like, why? Why would the guy who is responsible for all the Apollo missions, all of them, he designed the Saturn rocket. He was the architect. He was the head of the whole thing. Why does his tombstone only say a passage of the Bible that talks about the firmament? The fire's going out. Yeah, I'm out of wood. It makes sense. His job was all about the firmament. I mean, the firmament clearly is defined in the Bible. The Bible, you can debate all you want. It clearly says that the Bible is not heliocentric. Let's just call a spade a spade. In Genesis, it does not say he then made the sun and had the earth travel around the sun. And the sun was in a galaxy traveling around a spiral in a universe, and the earth was pretty much just in a random kind of spot off like some like weird arm. And, it was like the third one away from the center. And no, none of that is in there. None. It's weird. I kind of see why people are so terrified that I'm going to think the earth is flat, because this is a logical progression of information where once you realize we didn't go to the moon, and we didn't, and then you start looking at Wernher Von Braun and like on his tombstone, it's like, then you start being like, okay, well, why does light curve? Can you explain it to me, or were you just told that? Right? Like, that's weird, man. And listen, I don't know, man. I don't know if I have the ability of thinking the earth is flat. But it's crazy weird how not obvious it is once you see it. And the guy responsible for NASA dropped the biggest breadcrumb you've ever seen. It's like, imagine, that's so crazy. Light doesn't curve. It's well, no, it's not even about light curve. This is why I lose faith in experts. It's not that I have no idea the science behind the curvature of light. None. What I find odd, it's the same with the word faggot. When people didn't know it, when people said it was a bundle of sticks and homophobic and had no idea the connection and never looked into it, but yet told me I shouldn't say the word. That's when my bells go off. And so when people say, oh, well, light curves, and I go, how or why? That sounds odd. And they go, I don't fucking know. Fuck you. That's when I get a little intrigued, where I'm like, so you were told that life curves, but you didn't find that interesting? Like, you didn't ask anyone? Like, why does light curve? No one here knows if the earth is flat or round. I think the earth is round. I just think that there's something going on. And if I find out the earth is flat, I'll fucking tell everybody. Psalms 19:1 doesn't say anything about the firmament. Right. That's why I originally said I was wrong, because I looked it up. I Googled it. And Google told me that it didn't say anything about the firmament, but many people have told me that it does, depending on what version you read. Does anyone want to help me on this? Because I'm not a biblical scholar at all. And if it doesn't say anything about the firmament, then it's not as interesting. It's not as, because he was Christian, and if he's just shouting out God for creating the heavens, that's not nearly as interesting as saying it's the firmament. Does anyone, King James Version? Okay. So what is the difference? Why, and why might that be different? And would Wernher Von Braun have read the King James Version or not? Does anyone know? I'm genuinely curious because I have no fucking idea about any of this. What Bible would he have read, and why would it be different? Different versions change, right? But King James, like, he was Protestant, I'm guessing. He was German. Yeah, he would have read King James, right? Am I wrong on that? Why wouldn't you have read King James? Hang on. King James Version is the one he would have known, right? So he's most likely quoting the King James Version. So King James Version is one of the oldest English versions, also the most popular, right? And that is what he was a Protestant German. That's what he would have quoted. You'd think he'd read the German version, right? But see, that's what I want to know is why would anybody just immediately be like, well, it wasn't in the version. It's like, well, it's in the King James Version, so why wouldn't you have read that one? And if people don't even fucking ask that question, but yet they're adamant about the answer, I don't trust them. Why would anyone trust them? Check out the Vatican version. What? No, I'm all set on the Vatican version. Weren't the Nazis occultists? Yes. Nazis, a lot of them were occultists. I don't think, I've done some research into Von Braun. It doesn't look like he was an occultist. But a lot of the astronauts were Masons. So take that as you will. He might have been. KJV has Firmament from the Hebrew. I just got the book looking up now. Thank you, Robert. See, that's what you guys know. I'm looking for the truth here. I'm not. Seek help, Owen, says someone who just got banned. Man, Operation Paperclip is Wernher Von Braun. It is. Operation Paperclip was based around him. He was a genius. Von Braun was legitimately a genius. He was such a genius, he knew that we couldn't go to the moon. Yeah. Sky should be firmament. Right. So why are people holding on to it not being the King James Version? Right? Does anyone want to know why they would do that? 19:1, King James Version. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. No one finds that interesting? No one finds that interesting? You do have the ability to see that the earth is flat. Invite me on and I will show you I'm good at it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how deep I go on this one. The King James Version has errors, but it's okay because we know about all of them. Okay. Joe Rogan would rip on you for having a fanatical Christian bias and being a conservative. Well, Joe Rogan can't ride roller coasters because of his height and he looks like a human thumb. And he's done so much roids, he probably has, like, his dick. I'm not going to get into his dick, but we all know there's problems with it. We all know there's problems with it. The German version is based on same manuscripts as King James Version. It's Texas Rectus. The Greek version, I missed it. Firmament means zodiac. I feel like that was a bit out of left field, but I like where your head's at. Joe Rogan is how I found flat Earth. Well, he has a flat face. I don't think the Earth is. I don't think that the Earth could possibly be flat. But there's something not being told to us. There's something. There is a secret here, and I can smell it. I can smell the secret. I can smell a secret, like a big one. I can smell a secret, guys. There is something here, and we'll dig until we find it. The stars and planets are in the firmament. Imagine if the earth was flat. Like, imagine that. Like, imagine that shit. That would be fucking insane. Like, just think about that shit. Just think about what that would be. That'd be insane. Joe Rogan is turning to the dark side. Wow. He's so short that like if he was at an Illuminati meeting, they'd have to put like a phone book on his chair so that they could see him over the fucking table that they were sacrificing the little kid on. And he'd be like, I want to see. And they'd be like, can someone get him a fucking phone book? This guy's 5'5". It's flat. A lot of you guys think the earth is flat. There's no way it is. There's no way. But I want to know why the fuck Wernher Von Braun is quoting the firmament. Like, hang on. No, Big Bear, you actually consider it and imagine it. Dig deeper. Well, that's my nature, is to dig deeper, and there's no way around it. I would question the very information I got on this if I couldn't see it for myself. I would have a very, very hard time believing the earth is flat unless I literally saw it for myself. And call it indoctrination, but that's the thing, is to be able to be a truth diver, you got to know your own indoctrinations, your own biases. I am clearly biased towards round earth. Like, I think that it would be almost impossible to get me to believe that the earth is not a sphere. And I'm just being honest. And the only way I could even look into this shit is knowing that about myself. There's just no way I can fucking conceive of that. Like, that makes, my brain is so wired not that way. Like, I know governments lie. Like, the moon landing thing was fairly easy for me to see. You will see it, Owen. Keep researching. If the view doesn't change after 6 miles, 8 inches, there is no curve. Why'd you have to throw in 8 inches, gay guy? Sounds like someone's thinking about wieners. This is a fascinating conversation, by the way, guys. Thanks for hanging. This is fun. I know I was going to get out of here, but I'll give myself another 5. It's not even 9 where I am. I started early enough. This is a fascinating conversation. And for people that feel just fear and anger, this is fascinating. Like, trying to figure out your world what can be more fascinating? At least he's being honest. I almost banned that guy because he's almost acting like I'm being retarded. Where it's like, at least he's being honest. It's like, listen, motherfucker. The earth might be flat. It's my favorite live stream place ever. Oh, thanks, Chili Bear. Is it so wrong to be amazed by God? No, I'm amazed by God every day, obviously. I mean, he made a kangaroo. It's really funny. Helen Wiki says Von Braun was a Lutheran, and the Lutheran version of Psalm says, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. Don't know if that helps. Guys, any retort? That seemed like some good digging. That he was a Lutheran, and that was the Lutheran rendition. Is that person legit? I don't know. You guys talk it out. But that seems listen, if he's Christian, he's going to shout out God for creating the heavens above. It's the word firmament. It's the word firmament. I want to know, is he quoting a Bible with firmament in it or not? Because shouting out God for the heavens does not mean the earth is flat. Quoting the firmament as your only thing on your fucking tombstone. Someone said he was a Satanist. Interesting. So if he was a Satanist, he might just want to fuck with people.